What is going on, people of the internet? This is Devilman here, bringing you a Saints Row the Fourth review. If you have not had a chance to pick up this game, this is definitely the time to watch what you're watching and hear what Devilman has to say. What you're watching now is some gameplay of the virus insert, I guess they call it. It's the gameplay where you basically just cause a lot of havoc, kill a bunch of people, and then you win the area. It's basically kind of like an on-foot mayhem thing. If you notice, I'm not really using my weapons much. There goes an ice blast there. It turns a lot of people into ice. So I can just run through and shatter them, or I can just like punch them and break them. And if you also notice that I'm not really using my weapons a lot, this game is very Matrixy in the fact that you really don't need your weapons. It's just Superman, like with every superpower imaginable, just beating the fuck out of everybody. And that's just pretty much all the game is. If you liked Saints Row the Third, I think you'll like this. It feels kind of like an expansion pack rather than a full game, though, because it has a lot of elements in it that just really don't fit anymore. You give your character the super speed and the super jump and the super glide ability, and you don't need a vehicle anymore because you can run faster than every vehicle in the game. And there you see I just completed the virus injection, I guess. And so there I go, super jumping. Look, I'm high, flying over everybody, and I'm gliding everywhere. It seems like an afterthought. These are my phasers. Apparently, there's a lot of this is a big nerdgasm. Just if you're a big nerd and you love great science fiction writing references and whatnot, it is just chock full of references. Right now I'm going to show you my powers that I have. I think I'm playing this at about like, I don't want to say like 10, maybe 10, 12 hours into the game. It's pretty basic. It's a lot of the Saints Row shit. The questing is kind of lame, I would say. Unfortunately, it's a lot of the same shit over and over again. It's just go to this point, do this kind of like mini mission for the side quests, and then go to the next mission, do this little mini quest, and then do another mission where you do some more mini quests, and eventually you get like some new weapons and some new superpowers that you barely ever use. And I beat this game in about 20 or so hours. And that's with doing all of the side quests. And I think I did um, all the little challenges. Like this is a challenge, I think this is the speed drift challenge here. Yep. It's just basically, it just reminds me of that shitty Battletoads, except if you hit a wall, you don't fucking die. You just kind of like tumble over it. But as far as graphics go, I think it's much better. It does a lot of that stupid Battlefield. I really hate that stupid Battlefield little screen stutter. You'll notice that a lot when you go into start menus, and like if you actually do decide to get a vehicle, even though you don't need it, if you try to customize it, it'll do it too much, and that is just a big negative in my book. It's just, I don't know, it's just a big thing. I have to give it, I'd say like a 4 out of 5, maybe like a 7 out of 10, because, well, it does a good job. It does a lot of things that just aren't really necessary and just kind of flashy for the sake of flash. That's one reason why I don't like the Battlefield screens a lot, is because it just does things just to be edgy or something. It's like, dude, we don't need all that crap. Get it out of there. Sometimes basic is just good. Moving on to controls, this game handles pretty well. On this little mini map, or this mini thing, it kind of is, you're on rails. But the normal game, pretty much whatever you plan on doing, you end up doing. It's pretty straightforward. There really isn't any input lag. Definitely 10 out of 10 on this one. I don't know if you can hear some of the sound, music in the background, but it's pretty nice. It's got a pretty original soundtrack to it, but it's got a lot of your old favorites on there. You can make your own mixtape, and you can play it outside of vehicles, so you always have something to listen to. I think mine consisted of a bunch of like dubstep and 80s music, because, well, why not? There's a bunch of like reggae in there too, and some rap, I think. This is just the same thing you'd expect from Saints Row 3. It's, you pick your own songs, and you could turn them on or turn them off. I think I just turned them off here just in case YouTube picks it up and tries to flag my video for you're playing this song from the 80s that nobody ever listened to, and that's copyrighted. So, but I'm definitely gonna have to give it a 9 out of 10. It was pretty good, but I would have loved to hear some more 90s music, maybe some newer 2000 music. It was a lot of like either 80s or super electronica and a little bit of like reggae, and there was just maybe there's not enough taste for everybody in there. So definitely what I say, 9 out of 10. Moving on to gameplay, I think it has a lot of good things in it. The combat's fun. I mean, usually you just go around and powerbomb people. It has like 6 or 7 animations. You really can't choose which one you get. You just run into people and press the attack button and usually do some sort of attack. Gunplay is fun if you ever use your guns and upgrade them. I think I have explosive rounds on one of my guns, and it just starts bouncing people left and right. And I think I have lightning rounds on one of my other guns. The only downside I see to all this game, the gaming, is it freezes a lot. If you have a PlayStation 3, expected to freeze maybe every 2 to 3 hours. That was my pretty much run with it. I don't know why it would do it. I have a fan on my PlayStation. It stays cool at all times. I think it just has to be coding. It's the only explanation I got for it. I could be wrong. Maybe my PlayStation is just getting old. It's a newer one, so it shouldn't be. But definitely watch out for freezing. One of the things I really love in this is that there are, I mentioned the sci-fi references. There are tons, okay? And I mean tons. Your pistols, you have 3 different kinds of pistols, but you can customize them to look whichever way you want. I think I'm running with like Star Trek phasers, fun things. I think the style is called like the red shirt special, and that's a style. And you got like the red, the blue, and the green, or the red, blue, and gold. And I remember the gold says like something like a commanding officer uses them or something like that. Like it's a commanding choice. And the heavy pistols, you have ones that look like Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly. It even says in like the description is like I aim to misbehave or something. Fun to use. Definitely brings back some of that sci-fi goodness. I think I have some submachine guns that are look like RoboCop submachine guns. Those are fun. What else is there? There's a light sword. It's supposed to look like a lightsaber. They make tons of references. There's even like a Stargate reference when you end up getting like telekinesis power, when you start picking up people and throwing them. I think there's a mission where you have to pick up people and throw them through this portal, and it looks just like a Stargate. Other than that, I can't think of many offhand. Many more references. There's tons though. I mean, you'll just run into just random references, and it's fun just to see like Keith David in here and also their stuff. But definitely I have to give this game a complete 10 out of 12, maybe. Not 10 out of 12. What am I talking about? A complete, I'd say like 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Let's roll with that. 7 out of 10. Good game overall. Definitely a rental. Definitely warrants at least a rental. If you're poor like me and can afford it, I'd wait until it like comes down in price and then maybe just buy it for those times when the internet goes out or you just forgot to pay your cable bill or something and you need something to do. I haven't played the co-op gameplay because I rented it, and like all good game companies do nowadays, they're like, hey, you got to pay us $10 just to play online, so we're going to hold part of this game away from you. Anyways, I hope this game review was helpful to you guys. Pick it up, rent it, buy it, do what you need to do. I'll see you guys on the next review.